Introduction to the Gospel of Mark. The Gospel of Mark delivers the good news about Jesus like a reporter. Non-Jewish readers, and especially those in Rome, needed to hear the whole story about Jesus. They needed to know the facts surrounding his life, death, and resurrection. So Mark outlined the life events and actions of Jesus. Details of interest to Jewish readers are left out. There's no genealogy to prove Jesus' right to the throne of David, and there's little criticism of Israel's religious leaders. In contrast, Matthew's Gospel reasoned with Jewish minds to prove that Jesus was the promised Messiah of the Old Testament Scriptures. Many believe that this Gospel was the first of the four Gospels written in the AD 50s or 60s, but before the destruction of Israel's temple in AD 70 by the Romans. Most believe Mark's Gospel was written by John Mark. John Mark's mother's name was Mary, a woman of influence in Jerusalem, and he was also the cousin of the missionary Barnabas. John Mark, usually called simply Mark, was not an apostle, but he accompanied Paul and Barnabas on their first missionary journey. Mark makes it clear that Jesus entered history as a servant, a suffering servant. He came not as a conquering king, but to sacrifice his life. 1/3 of this gospel story is used to tell the events of Jesus' last week on earth, including his death and resurrection. Listen now to Mark's report of Jesus' life as the Savior of the world and the model servant for us all.